value of each variable below, then classify each triangle by its angle.
So how many triangles do we have here? We have how many? Three. We have 1, 2, and overall 3. So let's put on here triangle, FGH. Might be some name. Triangle EFH. EFH is some name. And the big triangle EFG is some name. Okay, let's start with the obvious one. If I know this is a right angle, that means angle 32 or 32 degrees plus B has to be 90, right? So then that means angle B must be how many? How many? It's a 48? Why do I have 58 in mine? Let me check. 90 minus 32. It is 58. Who told me 48? 58. Then that also means I can use triangle sum theorem and add 55 and 58. So 55 plus 58, subtracted from, oh God, 55 plus 58, 180 minus that. That's going to give me 67 is right here. So all the angles in that small triangle are different. So it's called what kind of angle? Scalene, but it says by its angle, not by its side. So if it's by the angle, it's either acute, obtuse, or right. Acute. Scalene is correct, but that is by its side. And then we have EFH. So on this one, could I use a linear pair theorem here? So we could say 180 minus 55. How many is that? 125. So automatically we know this triangle is what kind of triangle?
Obtuse.
Obtuse. And then let's add 32 and 125 and subtract it from 180. I said subtract. And that gives me 23. So here's 23. So looking at the big picture, the big triangle has one right angle, so therefore it is a, what kind of triangle?
Right.
Right triangle. Okay, did we list all the angle measurements with the letters given? Pretty much. We have A is 67, B is 58, C is 125, D is 23, and E is 90. Although E was already kind of there. Questions on that one? Good? All right, let's go on to the back. Okay, Lauren, let's read number 10.
What is the value of x in figure 1?
Okay, for this one, we're looking at exterior angles theorem. What that states is 2 remote interior, when I add them, must equal the outside. So we have 2x plus 13 plus x plus 9 is equal to the outside, 4x plus 6. Let's combine like terms. 3x plus 20, how many? 22. 4x plus 6. And let's do two things at the same time. I'm going to minus 3x on both sides. And then what am I also going to subtract?
6.
Minus 6 on both sides. That's going to allow me to have two sets of 0 pairs. So we have 4x and 3x. That's going to give me 1x. How many is 22 minus 6? 16. And it says to find the value of x. And there we have it. Okay, questions on that one? Good? All right, Presley, let's read number 11.
Two angles of a triangle of measures of 55 degrees and 65 degrees. Which of the following could not be a measure of an exterior angle in the triangle?
So it could not be the measure of the outside. So let's first start by making our triangle. And fill it in however you want. I'm going to write 55 up here. 65 over here. And we could find the unknown by adding and subtracting from 180. And that's going to give me 60 right here. So the exterior angle is basically when I extend it. So when I extend this, we have the following angles. That is 180. So we have 180 minus 65. How many is that? 115, very good. And then for this one, we have a linear pair again. So we have 180 minus 55. How many?
125.
Good. 125. And then again, we have a linear pair here, 120. So my exterior angles are 115, 125, and 120. Which one was the one that was not?
130.
130, very good. Questions on that one? Good? All right, Austin, last one, number 13.
A triangle has an angle measure of x plus 15, 3x minus 35, and 4x. Find the value of x. Find the measure of each angle and classify the triangle.
Okay, so this is saying that we have all three angles are given. So since all the three angles are given as an expression, I can add them and equate it to what? 180. So we have x plus 15. Draw the image if you want. Plus 4x must equal 180. And when I combine the x's, I get 8x. And when I combine the constants, do y'all get minus 20? Okay. So that's going to give us 8x is equal to 200. Is 200 clean with the 8? Yep. How many?
25.
25. And then it says that not just find the value of x, but also classify the triangle by the angle. So I need to figure out what that is in each part. So 4x will be at 100. When I plug it in here, that's going to give me 3 times 25 is 75 minus 35. Is that 40? Okay? And then I'm going to be clever on the next piece. Since I know that's 140, this one should also be 40 because triangle sum theorem says it's got to be 180. Do we all see that? If you're doubting yourself, go ahead and plug it in. So just by looking at this, I have two sides that are congruent. And then I have one obtuse angle. So if I'm classifying the triangle by the angle, classifying, it is obtuse triangle. What if it says to classify by its side? When two angles are congruent, opposite sides are congruent, so therefore it's called an isosceles.